is ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Now Jackson on first down. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Jackson. He'll find Bateman once more. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. You look at this defense, currently number one in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. And Jackson throwing once more. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On second down now. Grove. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Jackson now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And out come the Dolphins now. Throwing on first down is Allen. Rolling to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Allen. He'll buy some time right. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
On first down, Grove. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You talk about this Miami defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On third down, Grove.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes a challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Right back to him on first down. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down. Eddie Pinheiro on now. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. To the air, Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Across midfield. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Here's Jackson to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been. They just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second down and a yard. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to widen their advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is up to 8. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Come on.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Mecole Hardman. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Flowers going to go in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They need 18 yards here on third down. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly... Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
The third quarter begins with a run by Achane. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Running left, Achane. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 and a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple. And this will be caught at the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They're pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for him. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson now off the bootleg. Open man is Duvernay. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And across midfield he goes.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Out to his left. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now
he'll let this go deep for Waddle. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Duvernay in motion. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Flowers. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, Jackson to the right side into the hands of Flowers. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Throwing is Jackson. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? To throw is Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And he is going to get in there for the 2 points to make this a 12-point game. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, it's Achane. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. offensive contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. A chin hit and the ball is held. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Jackson connects with Duvernay. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Here comes 2nd down. Now Jackson. Now he'll escape to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Now Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing, Jackson. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Jackson to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's 2nd down and 3. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here's Jackson. That's complete left side to Bateman. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So it's a win for the Dolphins here. And this one, Charles, just too much Josh Allen.
Yeah, he had a tremendous night throwing the football. Wound up with 4 touchdown passes. He had in his mind early that he was going to go into attack mode. And he sure was successful.
So for the Dolphins,